Hello and welcome to another episode. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jonathan, co-founder of Parent Portfolio, author of Rent or Mortgage Free Living, How Smart People Optimize Their Finances, and I am a frugal millionaire. And today I'll be watching and reacting to living on $120,000 a year in Sunnyvale, California, where I will also share my personal insights, tips, and recommendations. But before we begin, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. Now, without any further ado, let's get started.
My name is Jay Wei. I'm 31 years old. I live in Sunnyvale, California. I'm a social media personality and also an entrepreneur, and I make about $120,000 a year.
I upgraded my wife's headphones to AirPods with scissors. She told me to do the dishes. Done.
So it looks like he makes the majority of his income through brand deals. The funny thing is that 20 years ago, no one ever talked about making money online. Now with technology being so convenient and accessible, you can make money from the comfort of your own home. And as long as you have the right audience, brands are willing to pay top dollar for it. I like to compare it to like the Super Bowl, where on one night you have millions of people watching the same channel. And brands, companies take advantage of this moment to spend 30 seconds just to promote their product. But because they know you're watching, they're willing to spend money just to promote their product. Same thing with this guy. This guy has a following and brands are willing to pay him for it. Pretty crazy nowadays, right?
Yeah, I guess there is some negativity around the word cheap, but I feel like cheap to me has always meant smart and smart with your money and not buying things that are...
I do believe there's a difference between being cheap and being frugal. And I know that we might be playing the semantics game, but to me, being frugal is about not just saving money, but also not being wasteful. So when I think of the term like cheap, you're saving money regardless of the quality. Whereas someone who's frugal, they're okay with spending money and investing in something that has higher quality for the sake of it lasting a little longer, and they'll save money over time. But that's just me.
On paper, in college, I majored in business administration, but honestly, I just played basketball, so I majored in basketball. My senior year of college, I got a random email from a basketball agent, and given that I wasn't a big fan of school and jumping into the real world, I just hopped on a plane and decided to sign a contract to play professional basketball for 2 years. I felt a little bit burnt out. It was just so physically demanding, and I didn't feel like my body was holding up. My knees were starting to hurt. The transition away from basketball was mainly just motivated by find something that was more long-term and potentially more lucrative.
You know, kudos to him for recognizing that basketball is not financially stable for him and also willing to move into entrepreneurship. Not many people are kind of willing to make that jump. Entrepreneurship does come with its cons, one of them being the income is unpredictable. You were not going to get a regular paycheck. Two, you are going to work crazy hours as you begin. But on the plus side, you're your own boss. Although you might work really unconventional hours, you get a say on when those hours are. You want to stay up late, go for it. You want to sleep in, go for it. But the effort that you put into your business, like for example, if you're lazy, don't be surprised if your company doesn't work out well. So remember, it's a business, not a hobby. And going back to the pay thing, when you work a W-2 job, there comes a cap, right? Because they usually have tiers on how much money you can make. But when you become your own boss, when you're on your own company, the sky's the limit. You can make more. There is no cap. So which one do you want to do?
Make around $10,000 a month from brand deals. And these brand deals, it's either one a month or two a month. The first time we ever got a brand deal was with this random night vision camera company. When they threw an offer at us for $600, we were just in shock. Like, wow, people will actually pay us money to make creative videos. And the thing is that throughout the whole process of making that ad, we really had a lot of fun. We've done promotion videos with brands like Ford, Xiaomi, eBay, just to name a few. Being at a startup is a complete grind. So I leave this type of social media stuff to the weekends on my free time. Sometimes I can go a month or 2 months without posting or touching any social media, and that's just because running a startup is just so demanding. We have brands reaching out to us daily, usually 3 to 5 a day, and because we have full-time jobs and we live such a simple life, that we have the luxury to kind of pick and choose who we want to work with. So the most lucrative single brand deal we've done is around $20,000 for a weekend's work of shooting and editing. But the brainstorming process took around 3 to 4 weeks to come up with a bunch of scripts and storyboards to share with the brand.
Now, that's the truth of being a content creator. Yeah, you might film one day, but you actually spend a lot of time preparing the scripts. Not only that, when you're working with a brand, you actually go through negotiation contracts. You have to say, hey, I'm going to create this script here. Are you okay with it? Because they have to approve. There needs to be some kind of compliance. So although it might look fun, like that may be promoting a brand, there's actually a lot of work that goes into it. I mean, it really is a business. It's really a job. As a content creator versus like these big agencies and companies, you're just a one-person team. I mean, I'm hoping that one day, if you can think about it more like on a scale, like try to find ways where he can kind of offload of his work. I get it. He is the face of his brand. So it does require him to be part of it like an actor. But when running a business, you want to figure out how can you work on your business versus in it. So if there's any repeatable things that he can kind of hand off, for example, the emailing, the negotiations, the contracts, find ways that he can leverage his money to buy him back some more time so he can output more profits.
I don't think I invest in the traditional way. I put all my excess money in cryptocurrency. I buy Bitcoin, Ethereum. Every month I tuck away like $5,000 and invest that in cryptocurrency. After you. I think I've just been brainwashed by the community here in Silicon Valley. Yeah, I think I'm just under the influence of these peers of mine that crypto is.
I would like for him to diversify his investment. So yeah, keep your cryptocurrency, that's fine. But how about you put some money into, like, for example, index funds, ETFs, maybe real estate, not even owning a property, maybe doing some REITs. At least that way your money's not in just one kind of investment.
If you were to tell me 2 years ago that I was going to be a social media personality with millions of viewers, doing brand ads, I'd be in disbelief. And here we are. We found out that my wife is pregnant. It hasn't really settled in yet because I've only seen these like black and white photos. It doesn't even look human, so it hasn't really settled in with me, and I haven't really changed any of my spending habits or saving habits. Yeah, we decided to have this baby because we wanted a new character in our content, and that was the cheapest way, is just to make your own character for your content. And
so actually hiring kids as part of your business is actually a pretty good hack. One, paying them is actually a business expense, reducing your taxable income. Two, as long as they don't make more than the standard deduction, they don't have to pay any tax on it then. Next, what you can do is take that money, that post-tax money, and put that into a Roth IRA where it can grow tax-free. And then when they're ready, of age, they can pull that money out tax-free. So you've just leveraged hiring your kids as employees and took advantage of a lot of tax rules there. And when you start them as early as you can, you give them more runway where their money will grow because of compound interest. And depending on how much you start off with, they can probably have $1 million by the time they're 60 years old. telling you, it's a pretty good hack.
I think that where I'm at in my career, I'm kind of in limbo, where I'm still very, very personally vested emotionally and financially in my startup, and I really want that to succeed. But yeah, I mean, everyone that I talk to about where I'm at right now is always trying to encourage me to just pursue this social media and creative passion. But I'm still quite firm that I really want to see this startup through.
I'm pretty happy for this guy, mainly because I've been in the online world, and I kind of know what it's like, where when you start off, you don't really know if you're going to make money. I remember when I started off with my online journey, I told my wife, like, oh, I just give me 6 months. Trust me, in 6 months, I'll make $1,000 every month. That did not happen. I mean, it took a lot of patience and endurance, and maybe like I don't even know what kept me going. But for him, if I can give any more recommendations, I would love for him to diversify his income strategy. I know right now he's primarily on TikTok, and that being a platform just like Pinterest, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, Instagram, they're all tied to some algorithm. So yeah, he might be doing fine, but all it takes is just one kind of code change, and the algorithm will not be forgiving. It could hurt him, impact his views. So I say this where, one, I'm happy for him for his success, but I would love for him to diversify to protect himself. One way that would actually be going to maybe a subscription model, having a community like school, or like having paid memberships like Patreon. Or he can also sell digital products, sell courses, right? Teaching people what he does as well. I just would like for him to de-risk his ability to be on TikTok, but I do like that he is also focusing on his startup company. Another thing that I would love for him to do is to find a way to extract himself from the TikTok world, the business. Not saying not doing it, but find a way that he can kind of maximize his return. Finding ways to assign repeatable tasks to someone else so he can focus on more ways to make more money. What I've seen is that people who are too in their business kind of get burnt out, and he's very profitable right now, and I would hate for him to kind of get burned out and lose the joy of what he's doing there. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode today. And if you did, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and put in the comments below any more money videos you would love me to watch and react to. Once again, thank you for your time, and thank you for your support. Have yourself a great day.